I was told it started.
We good?
Okay. Oh, for everyone out there watching us on YouTube, we apologize for that, and welcome to City Council meeting. We are going to go out of order here tonight. We're going to jump right down to resolution number 27. That's due to an ongoing situation in the city right now that the chief and some of our attendees would like to get to. So at this time, we're going to jump down to resolution number 27. And do I have a motion for resolution number 27?
I move for the adoption of Resolution 27.
And do I have a second?
I'll second.
And that resolution is amending resolution number 22, sessions 2022 to 2023, ratifying the mayor's decision to support the joint plan of the Rescue Hose Company number 4 and the Union Steam Fire Engine and Hose Company for the purchase of 2 new pieces of apparatus for use by the Lebanon Bureau of Fire, and to provide a financial contribution to the Rescue Hose Company number 4 and the Union Steam Fire Engine and Hose Company for the purchase of apparatus for the purpose of approving an increase in the amount of payment to the Union Steam Fire Engine and Hose Company from $340,000 to $388,888 for the purchase of a new fire suppression engine, and including community development block grant funds as an additional source of funding. And Mayor, if you could, just a little background
Sure.
why we are back to this.
So in the original resolution, we had said approximately, but the bids were opened on 11/9, and they came in about 14% higher than what we had even thought would be the highest threshold, I guess you could say. We had allocated $203,900 in American Rescue Funds, $136,100 from CDBG, which represented 50% of the purchase. The bid came in at $777,776. $388,888 would represent the 50%. Again, a 14% increase. We felt more comfortable coming back to council for the additional $48,888, which would come from American Rescue Funds.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Any questions from council? I know we went over this on Thursday. And from anyone in attendance? All right, no questions, hearing none. Cheryl, if you would please call the roll.
Mrs. Hados?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Wertz?
Yes.
Chairman Morales?
Yes, that's 5 in favor, none against. Motion for resolution number 27, so moved. I don't know if- Okay. Just move on from there?
Did-
Okay, all right. Absolutely. No.
Is the mic on?
February 22nd, 1780, 242 years ago, at the public house at the members of 11 City Council, the following resolution was adopted as town of Lebanon be divided as follows. Citizens on the east side of Market Street, known as 9th Street, shall comprise of one fire company, and the citizens west of Maple Street of one fire company. Also resolved at that meeting, the company west of Market Street be called the Union Fire Company. And then the east of Market Street would continue under the name Lebanon Cedar Fire Company. Because of the resolution, many former members of the Cedar Company became members of the Union. Union Fire Company meetings were held every 3 months at different public houses, and each member of the company were compelled to provide his own leather bucket and a bag used to salvage property from certain burning buildings. In 1807, the Union purchased a hand engine as the leather buckets were being phased out. In 1843, a new engine costing $400 was purchased, brought in from Baltimore, shipped to Lancaster, and then to Cornwall. It was hauled to Lebanon, where a large crowd greeted the arrival at Market Square. It was tested and proved satisfactory. It was called Black Sal and housed at a new engine house at 10th and Cumberland Street. In 1858, the Union Fire Company moved to a new engine house at 123 South 9th Street. The hand pumpers were used until 1866, when the Union progressed to a steam fire engine costing $5,000. It was called the MSK. That was hand-drawn. In 1884, it was then changed to a horse-drawn steam engine. In 1915, the steam fire engine was placed on a motorized chassis manufactured by Morton from Harrisburg. In 1930, a motorized pumper manufactured by Mark Trucks was purchased for $13,000. 30 years later, in 1960, Union purchased another fire engine pumper from Mack. It was built on a Mack chassis, but the body was built and assembled in Hamburg, PA by Hahn Motor Company from Mack. The cost was $23,387. A new firehouse was built by the city of Lebanon at 8th and Orange Street to house the Perseverance Fire Company along with the First Aid and Safety Patrol ambulance. Because the Union Fire Company building was the oldest building of the firehouses in Lebanon and in need of much repair, the city council thought it would be cheaper and more practical to house the Union, Perseverance, and First Aid and Safety Patrol ambulance together. On the evening of April 21st, 1967, the Union Fire Company moved to 8th and Orange Street, which we know now as City Station 1. In 1978, the Union purchased a new Mack fire engine at the cost of $89,476. In 1997, the Union refurbished the 1978 Mack fire engine, including a four-door closed cab, air conditioning, a hydraulic lift that lowered the portable ladders, and new compartment doors. Cost of this project was $116,000, which the company raised through donations and many fundraisers. On March 3rd, 2015, Lebanon City Council wrote a check to the Union Fire Company for $80,000 to help with the purchasing of Lebanon's Liberty Fire Company 2002 KME fire engine to replace the Union's 1978 Mack fire engine. And then on November 3rd, 2015, the Union wrote a certified check for $135,715.30 to the Liberty Fire Company for the purchase of the 2002 KME fire engine. Which brings us here today, Monday, November 28, 2022, 242 years later. There's always a saying with the Union Fire Company, in union there is strength. And I believe after all these years, there's been a lot of strength in this fire company. The officers and members of the Union Steam Fire Engine Hose Company Number 1 want to thank you, Mayor Sherry Capello, and members of City Council for your hard work in acquiring the monetary funding to help with the purchase of this new E1 fire engine, costing over $777,000. Fire Commissioner Dwayne Troutman, for his countless hours researching all the proper specifications to build this fire engine, to make it a workable fire apparatus for our career and volunteer firefighters. Without all of your help and effort and time, this project would have been an impossible task for the Union Fire Company to accomplish on our own. Again, thank you very much. Edward W. Johnson, Jr., President, Lebanon Union Steam Fire Engine Hose Company Number 1. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
But it also wouldn't be possible without all of you, so thank
Absolutely.
you. You're taking a big undertaking. We recognize that. We appreciate that. So thank you for all of those flower sales and all of the work that you do and always being available to us. So we really appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for all that you do and the volunteers out there as well, and our paid firemen as well.
So your last new engine was in the 70s, and that was 89,000, give or take. So 700 and some thousand is a huge difference. That's a huge difference.
Could have just got some leather buckets. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I'd like to see Bill running around with a leather bucket.
yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Gentlemen, I just want to say thank you for your service, and on behalf of the citizens of Lebanon, thank you.
All right. Okay, we will move forward back to our regular agenda. Everyone, you've received the minutes. Are there any additions, corrections, or deletions? Hearing none, the minutes will stand as published. You also received the budget report for January 1st through October 31st. And Mayor, if you could give us a rundown there.
Sure. With 83% of the budget year completed, we are performing better than budgeted, with revenues at more than 104% and expenditures at 72%.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Any
You're welcome.
questions concerning the budget from council? All right, under communications, we have one item under Barbicane, Thornton and Company transmitting the audit of the City of Lebanon financial statements for the year ending December 31st, 2021. And again, Mayor?
Sure. So the most important thing is it represents a clean audit, no findings, no material weaknesses, no material deficiencies, or fraud was found. So that's a good point. And again, like I indicated on Thursday, I won't go into as much detail, but although the city's net position decreased, the city is not financially doing worse, that there are assets embedded in the 2021 financials that will be paid, that will not be paid for until 2022. So there are costs embedded that have raised capital assets, which raise the deferred outflows that will true itself up over time. And in particular, when we get money in from some grants. And the biggest one is at $2 million RCAP or RACB. If we don't get that by the end of this year, which most likely we will not, we'll be in the same position for next year's audit with the deferred outflows. Probably one of the biggest hits to the financials, and that is the other post-employment benefits. Our long-term liabilities increased by $20 million for that, but we're on a pay-as-you-go. So we can temper that with the health of the city. It will come due as people retire and use the benefits. So so far now we're able to keep up with that. So we're good with that.
All right, thank you, Mayor. That's good news. Any comments, concerns from council? Okay, and any questions from anyone in attendance? All right. Moving into resolutions, the first resolution is resolution number 26, amending the annual plan for the Community Planning and Development Programs with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development for fiscal year 2020 to reflect the allocation of unused funds from FY 2020 for the first-time homebuyers rehabilitation program and from FY 2021 and 2022 for water main improvements for street improvements in the FY 2022 annual plan. And that's a total of $360,000 will be reallocated for street improvements in the FY 2022 budget. And do I have a motion for resolution number 26?
Yes, I will make a motion to adopt resolution number 26.
And I'll go ahead and second that. And Mayor, if you could give us an overview.
Sure. So first, we utilize the Lebanon County Redevelopment Authority's home monies for our first-time home buyer program. We utilize them to run that program for us, and we use their program. Plus, we still have our own $160,000 for the first-time home buyer program. So it's not like there's no money available for that program. There's more than enough for the individuals that have been utilizing it. And what we propose to do with this money is to reallocate it and use that money to finish Lehman Street, the resurfacing of Lehman Street from Lincoln Avenue to the City Line East. What we'll be doing for the Sewer Water Authority is utilizing our ARPA money for water main improvements for fiscal years 2021 and 2022. For more than, it's more than 27 years. That's how far back we can go online to see that we've been utilizing CDBG funds for water main improvements for the authority. And that would be in lieu of paying the fire hydrant fee. So instead of that money coming out of the general fund to pay a fire hydrant fee, like all of the municipalities that are connected onto the authority's water system, we have been using CDBG funding and having water main improvements conducted. Because we only receive notification from the feds around the fall of each year, it makes it difficult to bid out and complete projects in that fiscal year. And additionally, the authority they don't care to adhere to the CDBG requirements. So they've requested that we no longer allocate CDBG funding in lieu of the fire hydrant fee, but rather pay that from local sources. So again, we're utilizing ARPA money for the past 2 years, but then we'll have to figure out a plan moving forward. If we cannot convince them to change their minds, it will have to come out of the general fund, or we'll have to, and I didn't talk to the solicitor about this, but the only other possibility would be a fire hydrant tax, but I think that would require a referendum because of the home rule charter. So we'll have to play that by ear, and
Your first plan is, though, to revisit it with them?
yes.
Okay. Any questions from council? None? And from anyone in attendance? And if you could use the microphone, Chris. Thank you.
Chris Coyle from Levittown. Mayor, just so I'm clear, this is money that we've already received and have from CBGB? The money's sitting in an account somewhere?
The 2022, we just, as we use it. But we just got notified of our amount. So you have to wait until you're notified of the amount before you can start to use it.
Okay, but
So, yes.
money from fiscal year 2020 and 2021, that money's already been received.
It's 21 and 22. Oh, we're reallocating, yes. We're reallocating the
So-
2020, yes.
So my question simply is this money that we already have that's allocated to one or more previous fiscal years, and we're simply reallocating it to an account for 2022, or one or more accounts?
Yes, that would be correct.
Okay, we're reallocating money that we already have because we haven't used it in prior fiscal years.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Hearing none. Cheryl, if you could please call the roll.
Mrs. Hados?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Wertz?
Yes.
Chairman Morales?
Yes, that's 5 in favor, none against. Resolution number 26 is so moved. Moving on to our third resolution this evening, resolution number 28, establishing a policy of the City of Lebanon to ensure equal opportunity in housing for all persons regardless of race, color, sex, national origin, religion, familial status, handicap or disability, age, and ancestry. And do I have a motion for resolution number 28?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 28.
And do I have a second?
So moved.
Thank you, Chris. The motion, resolution number 28 has been moved and seconded. Mayor, if you could give it just a
Sure.
rundown.
So HUD updated their language to include that you should not discriminate based upon gender identity and sexual orientation.
And there was just some verbiage changed in the...
Yes, regarding that. Mhm.
Okay. So this is not an every year thing, this is when there's a change in that said verbiage. Okay. Any questions from council? I know we went over this last week. And from anyone in attendance? Okay. Hearing none. Cheryl, if you could please call the roll.
Mrs. Hados?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Wertz?
Yes.
Chairman Morales?
Yes, that's 5 in favor, none against. Resolution number 28 is so moved. Moving on to ordinances, we have 3 ordinances tonight. The first ordinance being Bill number 5, making appropriations of the City of Lebanon, Pennsylvania for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023, and this is on final reading. And I would like to make a motion for Bill number 5. Do I have a second?
Yes, I'll second that.
Brian, thank you. Bill number 5 has been moved and seconded, and we've been through this for a month now. Mayor, it's your last
Again,
hurrah here.
pleased to present the 8th straight year with no tax increase. Overall revenues proposed to increase by a little more than 2% from the 2022 budget. Expenditures proposed to increase by a little more than 2%, pretty much even there. We'll utilize the excess carryover to balance the 2023 budget.
Great. Mayor, great job, you and your staff again. Thank you so much. And anyone from council have anything to say about Bill number 5?
Yes, I just think it's worth, I know we've talked about this for a month, but just taking one final moment to pause and I personally just wanted to thank the mayor and her staff for another great budget, and congratulations, 8 years strong. This is why I ran for council, so that I can also continue to do my part to help carry budgets like this forward, and also to council for 8 years of passing budgets like this. So this brings stability, further stability to Lebanon City, and it's just going to continue to grow what we have, the gold mine that we have here. So, but thank you.
Thank you.
And any other comments from council? And from anyone in attendance? Hearing none. Cheryl, if you could please call the roll.
Mrs. Hados?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Wertz?
Yes.
Chairman Morales?
Yes, and that's 5-4, and none against. Bill number 5 is so moved. Moving on to bill number 6, providing for the tax levy of the City of Lebanon, Pennsylvania for the year 2023. And this is on introduction. The tax rate remains at 4.581 mils. And do I have a motion for bill number 6?
Yes, I'll make a motion for bill number 6.
All right, now go ahead and second that. And Mayor?
The only thing to add is I talked a little bit about how we fare in the state, and when you look at earned income tax and the millage, we are the lowest third-class city in the state. We are the second lowest regarding millage when it comes to Scranton City, but their EIT is higher than ours. So again, I think we should be very proud of our efforts to keep taxes low in the city of Lebanon while still getting major projects done and providing services to our residents.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
And anything from council? And are there any questions from anyone in the audience? Hearing none. Cheryl, if you could please call the roll.
Mrs. Hados?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Wertz?
Yes.
Chairman Morales?
Yes, that's 5 in favor, none against. Bill number 6 is so moved. And our last item tonight under ordinances is bill number 7, amending articles or Article 331, property tax and residence tax of the codified ordinances of the City of Lebanon, Pennsylvania, for the purpose of directing the tax collector to waive additional charges for real estate taxes in certain situations in accordance with Act 57 of 2022. And this is on introduction. And I would like to make a motion for bill number 7. Do I have a second?
So moved.
Thank you, Chris. The bill number 7 has been moved and seconded. Mayor?
So the governor signed this into law in October. It amends the local tax collection law, providing for new homeowners to receive a waiver from the property tax penalty charges if they did not receive a bill notice within their first year of owning a property. Additionally, it addresses tax collectors that they will not be personally liable if acting in good faith. There is a form that you must use, a standard form, if you would like to apply for the waiver.
Thank you, Mayor. And are there any questions from council? And no questions from anyone in attendance this evening.
Mayor, so this applies to real estate property taxes? Is that what?
Yes,
Okay. No other taxes, just real estate property, okay.
yes.
That's all, thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Hearing none. Cheryl, if you could please call the roll.
Mrs. Hados?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Wertz?
Yes.
Chairman Morales?
Yes, that's 5 in favor, none against. Bill number 7 is so moved, and that is on introduction. And that completes our formal agenda this evening. At this time, I'll open it up to council if you have any issues or concerns to bring forth.
Yeah, I wanted to just, again, thank the CLA for a great parade. Let's see, that was 2 Saturdays ago. It was just a great time. You guys always do a good job. You got the balloons moving down through the parade. I know there was a few hiccups there. It was set up, but just thank you for the strength that you bring to Lebanon City through your events you put on. So.
And besides the temperatures, it was a great day. It really was.
It was cold.
Any other,
I think he broke down at the very end when Wellspan gave him a knit cap. He kept saying no. I think
and for the
chief
record,
was-
the chief
was
did,
gonna give him one. He's like, he was
did offer
Mr.
me a
Tough
hat.
Guy. No, I'm good, I'm good.
well, when I saw him giving out those free hats, by then my teeth were chattering, so I took the free hat. Any other items from council? And at this time, I will open it up to the floor for any comments. Craig, if you could come forward. And hopefully the mic is on.
Craig Gates, 47 Berlin Park. Just wanted to follow up with, on behalf of CLA, it takes a lot of people to put this parade on, and not just CLA members, but a lot of community members who are not part of CLA come out and help out. Just the number of people to carry the banners. You know, we had kids from LVC again come and help pull one of the balloons up. But my real reason to be here is to thank the city and the mayor and all the workers, the police. You know, starting from putting the Christmas tree up, those are city workers who do that for us. The fire truck brought the Mrs. Claus in to tree lighting Friday night, which is really a treat, to the workers who put all the barricades up to close all the streets, to the workers who put no parking signs all along Cumberland Street. You know, the workers put a stage out front for us, for our esteemed judges to be on. The CLA truly does appreciate all the work the city does for us. The police who monitor the no parking, to the fire police, you know, that come out and help direct all the traffic. It's an immense undertaking, and we're thankful for all you do. Thank you.
And
Thank
not-
you as well.
And not to mention Channel 27, the second year, live coverage. It was a great event. So, Craig, thank you. Any other questions, comments? All right. Hearing none. One item for December. We have two public hearings for the Thursday, December 15th, 4:45 pre-council meeting. So I just wanted to let everyone know it's a public hearing regarding the ordinance establishing a tax levy for 2023 and a public hearing regarding the CDBG program. So that will be on December 15th at 4:45. And with that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. And all in favor?
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone. That actually went very smooth,
Yeah.
considering our little turnaround.
Okay.
Have a good one. See you next month.
Same to you, Alice.